What jobs are actually dying in the age of AI and which ones are exploding? We talk about this constantly, but until now, we haven't had the real data. An AI researcher, Henley Wing Chiu, decided to find out what jobs companies are actually hiring for versus the jobs they've stopped hiring for. He analyzed 180 million jobs postings, categorized 650 job titles, and then compared 2025 to 2024. The results reveal a fundamental truth about how AI is reshaping the entire economy. Let's dive in. First, the baseline. In 2025, total job postings across the market declined 8%. Keep that number in mind. If a job declined by 8%, it's not being singled out. It's just the average market trend. But the data shows a massive divergence. Some jobs are skyrocketing while other jobs are falling off a cliff, often because companies believe that AI is the immediate cheaper solution.
Our new AI temperature control system will save $17 million monthly while maintaining the scientifically perfect room temperature year-round.
Let's look at the job postings that are declining in this era of AI, and more importantly, why they are declining. We can see clearly that roles focused on creative execution are collapsing. Computer graphic artists down 33% in a single year. That's 4 times the market average. Photographers down 28%. Writers, including copywriters and technical writers, also down 28%. Why? Because this is the low-hanging fruit for tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini. If the strategy is already decided and you provide clear instructions, AI can provide a usable first draft, a decent stock image replacement, or standardized market copy in seconds. AI has effectively commoditized the ability to produce simple content on command.
Just copy whatever the AI says. I give up.
AI tools are dominating the execution layer, and it's not just creative roles. We see the same trend in highly structured jobs. Medical scribes, the guys who take notes during doctor's visits, dropped 20%. AI can listen to the patient and the doctor and automatically generate the notes during the doctor's visit. The input is clear, the output is standardized. But keep in mind that not all declines were AI related. Corporate compliance and sustainability specialists fell off a cliff. This has less to do with AI and more to do with politics. When regulations are relaxed, they stop paying people to comply with them. Saving the planet became optional. But the overarching pattern for the AI-driven declines is this. Jobs with clear inputs and outputs die. Jobs with perfectly structured workflows die. But it's not all doom and gloom. Let's take a look at the job postings that are growing in the era of AI. The growth is concentrated in 2 very different areas: building the AI infrastructure and leveraging human trust. First, the builders. Machine learning engineers, the people building the systems that replace everyone else, saw job postings surge 40% in 2025. That is the single biggest increase of any role analyzed. And that's on top of a 78% increase the year before. It is an absolute gold rush.
We need machine learning engineers. You're hired.
The entire AI stack is exploding. Robotics engineers are up 11% as AI moves from screens to the physical world. Data center engineers are up 9%. All this AI requires massive physical infrastructure. It's not magic. It requires power, cooling, and constant hands-on maintenance.
That'll cool her down. Just like fixing my truck engine.
The second growth area is fascinating because it is a direct reaction against AI. Influencer marketing specialists jumped 18%. Why? Because the internet is drowning in AI-generated slop. Search results are getting worse, and I get cold emails every day, obviously written by bots. We are developing an immune response to synthetic content. We simply don't trust it. In an age of infinite artificial content, Genuine human connection becomes the premium currency.
Hey guys! Even in grief, self-care is everything. That's why I use Eternal Glow Moisturizer. Link in bio. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Brands will pay a premium for that connection. Now, what about the jobs that everyone assumed would be eliminated because of AI? Let's start with the big one, software engineers. Despite the narrative that AI coding assistants are replacing programmers, the data says otherwise. Software engineering jobs held steady, barely changing year over year. This is happening while GitHub Copilot and other tools are being widely adopted. As a software engineer myself, I can tell you that AI isn't replacing us. It's making us hyper-productive, or at least giving the appearance of productivity.
Dexter's AI tools have made him our top performer. Dexter?
He must be on mute.
The reality is that software engineering is messy. Every code base is a unique disaster. Legacy systems are held together by duct tape and a prayer. Requirements change mid-project. Clients don't know what they want until they see what they don't want. AI can write a function, but it can't navigate that chaos. Another surprise survivor, customer service representatives. These jobs only declined 4%. That's significantly better than the 8% market average. Yes, chatbots handle millions of basic conversations like password resets. But when a customer is angry, confused, or dealing with a unique problem, they don't want efficiency. They want empathy. They want judgment. When you are frustrated, AI is the last thing you want to deal with.
Your call is important to us. Please hold for the next available representative. The estimated wait time is 57 minutes.
We see this even with data scientists whose roles were actually up slightly. AI can make charts, but someone needs to ask the right questions. Someone needs to know which data is garbage, and someone needs to explain why correlation isn't causation to executives who think it is. So what is the real pattern here? What ties all this data together? It's not about technical versus non-technical. It's this. AI doesn't replace jobs, it replaces predictability. If your job has pure steps, if it's just pure execution, if you're just moving information from box A to box B, you're done. What we're seeing is a splitting of the job market. AI is acting as a wedge separating strategy from execution. But if your job involves navigating chaos, managing ambiguity, dealing with complex relationships, you're becoming more valuable. The dividing line is clarity of process. Can you write down every step of your job in a manual? If the answer is yes, AI is coming for you. If your job requires judgment or reading the room, you're safe. Because frankly, AI has terrible judgment when things get messy.
I've been running from my true self for 30 years.
You've reached your limit for chats with me. Insert credit card to continue emotional support.
This contrast explains the data perfectly. Medical scribes are technical, but predictable, so they fall. Customer service is messy, so they survive. Let's look at the creative roles again. Graphic artists declined 33% because their focus is execution, but creative directors increased 6%, much better than the market average. Why? Because the director's job isn't just making things pretty. It's translating vague human desires into concrete plans. It's managing stakeholders. It's understanding why the CEO's wife hates orange. This pattern leads to the most polarizing finding, the impact on organizational structure. Individual contributors, the executors, they saw their jobs drop 9%. Middle managers dropped 5.7%. But senior leaders, the VPs, vice presidents, the C-suite, those guys way up top in the company, they saw their jobs decline 1.7%. The higher up the ladder you are, the safer you are. The tools that threaten the executors empower the strategists. The organization is flattening. So how do you navigate these changes? It isn't about being scared, it's about being strategic. You need to audit your own career. Look at your day-to-day tasks. How much of your job is execution based on clear instructions? And how much of it is dealing with ambiguity, complex human interaction, or making high-level strategic decisions? The more your work looks like a checklist, the more at risk you are. The defense against automation isn't necessarily learning how to code. It's moving toward the tasks that require interpretation, judgment, and navigating the beautiful messiness of human needs.
Alexa, where are my keys?
Your keys are at Diamond's house. You were there until 3 a.m.
Start adding the messy human elements that AI can't touch. Reading between the lines, client relationships, judgment, empathy. If you're executing tasks, start making strategic decisions about which tasks actually matter. The people who thrive aren't competing against AI. They're competing against people who know how to use AI while still adding the essential layer of human judgment. AI replaces predictability, not complexity. Remember that.
Automatic Addison.